Oil jumps to 13-week high on growing U.S. gas call for New York oil prices jumped approximately 3% to a 13-week excessive on Wednesday as U.S. demand for fuel has stored rising no matter report pump expenses, on expectations China's oil call for will increase and on growing supply issues in numerous international locations. Brent futures rose $3.59, or 3.0%, to $124.16 a barrel by using 1:02 p.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time, 17:02 GMT. U.S. West Texas Intermediate WTI crude rose $3.49, or 2.9%, to $122.90. Brent and WTI were on target for his or her maximum settlements on the grounds that March 8, which had been their maximum for the reason that 2008. U.S. commercial crude oil inventories rose all of sudden closing week, at the same time as crude within the Strategic Petroleum Reserve fell via a document quantity as refiners' inputs rose to their maximum on account that January 2020, the Energy Information Administration said. U.S. gas stocks fell by a marvel 0.8 million barrels as call for the fuel rose despite sky-high pump fees. Analysts polled via had expected fuel stocks to rise 1.1 million barrels. APIS, the fuel draw is a highlight of the report with a tight marketplace across the U.S., stated Tony Hedrick, strength marketplace analyst at CHS Hedging, noting call for remained strong in spite of pump fees above $5 per gallon in lots of components of the country. Auto Club AAA stated countrywide average retail normal unleaded gasoline costs hit a document $4.955 consistent with gallon on Wednesday. Oil prices are higher, supported via expectation of China easing the COVID regulations, translating in higher call for an imports this summer season, UBS analyst Giovanni Stanovo stated. China's principal A-share indexes and Hong Kong's Hang Seng finished change at two-month closing highs. Oil buyers anticipate fuel demand to recover as lockdowns to fight the pandemic are eased in the world's biggest oil importer. On the supply side, investors noted several countries ought to face problems boosting output. In Norway, a number of oil people plan to strike from June 12 over pay, placing a few crude output at risk of shutdown. Further pressuring the supply outlook, Iran eliminated 2 surveillance cameras of the International Atomic Energy Agency from one in all its nuclear facilities, state television reported. That flow will likely improve tensions with the United Nations nuclear watchdog, the U.S. and other countries negotiating with Iran over its nuclear software, hoping for a deal analysts have stated may want to elevate sanctions and add 1 million barrel of oil per day of crude to international supply. Efforts by OPEC Plus oil producers to enhance output are no longer encouraging, United Arab Emirates Energy Minister Suhail al-Mazrouei said, noting the institution changed into currently 2.6 million barrels in step with day (BPD) quick of its goal. The International Energy Agency, in the meantime, warned that Europe, which has sanctioned Russia following its invasion of Ukraine, should face power shortages next winter.